Ooh, let's keep this month spooky. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys tonight? We decided to come on a little different. Yes, different. We're losing our shit tonight, but you should all know that by now. So let's start with our normal. Okay, what the weather's like. It's been really shitty. It's been definitely fall has hit us. It's finally come. But we had a shitty rainy day today. We only hit a temperature of 52. Right now it's 43 degrees and it feels like 40. We are supposed to dip down pretty low tonight. And then tomorrow and Friday we're only supposed to be 50 degrees and possibly in the 30s at night. Tom did come home from work today and he set up on the mountains where he was delivering concrete that he saw snow. Hi, Cactus. Hi, Linda. Hi, Eric. Cactus, Linda, Eric in the house. Woo, woo. Oh, that's even creepier. Try to put it back on, right? No. Oh, guys, what would we do without you guys being faithful, loyal fans to us when we're all weird and crazy like this? So let me get this up here. We're going to kind of have a hodgepodge tonight here again of things. No set theme of sorts. I mean, we initially was going to come on yesterday, as you know. We were it was supposed to be scheduled, and Angelina was going to be on. Well, Angelina has been sick, so let's put our thoughts on that out for her. Make sure she gets all better and everything. She will join us sometime this month, but let's just all send all healing, speedy recovery things to her. Hopefully that she's feeling better today. No, we weren't on yesterday, Cactus, so you didn't miss anything. We were supposed to be on, but like I said, Angelina, she was having some problems, so I'm hoping she's feeling better today. I was going to contact her earlier, but I wanted to give her a whole day of rest, so I'll contact her tomorrow, make sure she's all right. I know she did get her Facebook page back up and running again, so I'm sure if any of you wanted to make a comment or ask how she was doing on her Facebook page, she'd definitely respond on there. Cactus, tonight is about you somewhat again because Gabriella wants to speak out to you tonight. So.
Yes. Hi, Cactus. How you doing? So, how do we contact you? I looked for like a Facebook page. I didn't see anything that resembled you. So, I didn't add any of them. How do we contact you?
Tell her why.
I was going to thank you for the cards, the decks, yesterday, but I couldn't figure out how to thank you.
I think she wants to send you a personal, like we do with Linda and stuff. Linda and I contact each other pretty much.
Is your Instagram the same as your username on here?
Linda, sorry I didn't talk to you earlier, contact you. I know you said that there's no hurry replying, but I'm feeling off. Like I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's just the change in weather and that, but I've been kind of like having a little bit of heaviness in my chest and coughing even a little bit more than what I've normally been coughing. And even when I breathe in, it kind of like I can feel that something's not right.
Cactus, if you say it, I can delete it like immediately after.
Well, why don't you just give her your email and or whatever, and she can contact you, email you, can be something like that. Even
my email is full. I'd have to delete so many things.
That's what I've been doing with my email. Mine actually said I wasn't allowed to receive or send anymore, but I deleted a shitload of
It
stuff.
doesn't seem like it's interfering.
Oh no, Gabby's playing with her phone by the microphone again.
It doesn't seem like it's interfering with
It must be.
It's not.
Or is it coming through real clear and everything? This is going to be a weird night, I think, because we didn't really. Initially, we were going to talk about witch boards and stuff, and that if we would have came on yesterday. Today, I kind of want to talk about a couple different things.
Here, I'll give you my Instagram. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm hearing like a little bit of a crack, or it's not real loud, but like on occasion, like every couple seconds.
So our voices clear though?
Yeah, you give us some signs that there is a bit of a crack. I don't know what's driving.
Probably my phone. Let me see. Here we go.
Gabby was there.
Yeah.
And now she's gone.
No, that was like from a while ago. It's just
My email, guys. I got a story about my email. So I was with my ex, and we were on welfare. I'm going to be honest with you. We were on welfare, but we went through this program to help us get off of welfare, which sent us. I got a chance to go back to school and further my education, and my ex was supposed to go to truck driving school, which he didn't last at. But when I went back to school, I ended up going to Computer Learning Network, and I was going there to be an office professional so that I could get a business degree, and it would help me learn computers and stuff and that for any kind of job because everything was computerized. So when we had to first set up our account for our computers, we needed to set up an email address. And my email address was the Devo, that DEVO 85. And the reason why I use Devo is because my ex used to call me Devo from the band Devo, Whip It Good. Yeah, so, and I just never changed it. I've had the same email since way back then. So, kind of a long story, kind of crazy story. So, and I do have a Gmail email account, but matter of fact, it said it got disabled. I got notification today that it was disabled, but that's how I got mine. And so, but anybody wanted to send me any stories and stuff and that yet for Halloween night, guys, I don't know how well it's going to go over, because especially if we're going to do that drinking game, but I mean, Devo, D like in Diane, E Echo, V Victor, O Oscar, 85 at hotmail.com. Send them on over. If you don't want to share it on here, and don't mind me reading it on there, I can do that. So, but
did the package arrive? Okay, though it did. The package was in perfect condition. I appreciate the little stickers she said in there too. It's cute.
Yeah, it was a nice package. You guys, it's like we said when we were on because we weren't on yesterday. It would have been Monday.
Yeah.
When we were on Monday, you guys are the best. I mean, matter of fact, I even went on my TikTok page and I made a post on there for my followers on there saying, hey, this is about you. I just want to thank you. And without your support and trust and loyalty, wouldn't be where I'm at. Which that's I kind of have that in my mind, because everybody knows what has been going on, and there's still some crap that's hard to deal with when you get somebody that keeps on telling all their friends, oh, I'm loyal, I'm faithful, you can trust me, and yet they're doing stuff that they specifically told me that they would not do, but they're doing it. And I don't know, that's, how can you tell your friends, your followers, and that you're this good, honest person when you're really not? You know, that's
Because they do it for the views. The
I-
likes and
I can't do that. I cannot ever resort to that low to do something like that. That's
I
just
don't
like
know why people do that.
that it just bothers me.
It's like usually people they reach a certain amount of followers, like let's say 100 followers, and then the fame gets to them and they start acting like their true selves.
Well, I go and Gabriella, you and I are going to have to do, but I don't know if I'm going to drive anymore. But maybe sometime we'll get Dylan to do it. There's this lady on TikTok, and I got hooked on her, and she cracks me up. And we kind of did stuff like this before, but not quite like her. She's in her car driving, and she makes these real weird faces when she is at a stoplight or at a stop sign, and there's a vehicle beside her. And she'll look over and she'll make these faces to see if they're looking, and just these crazy, goofy faces. And she has her camera on to see what kind of reaction that they're going to give her. And it's hilarious. Her one I watched the other day, like, she makes me almost pee myself laughing. That's how funny she is. Because the expressions on some of the people's face, and she carries around a real big leak too. And sometimes what she'll do is when she pulls up, she'll have that face, and then she'll take a bite off of the leek, and she's like doing this thing and that, and the people in the car next to her, their faces are priceless. And the one that I watched the other day, she had like 122,000 views off of that video, and I don't think it's really even about that. She just lucked out. She's funny. It's funny. Like me and Gabriella years ago, and I think it's like March 23rd, isn't it?
It's somewhere in
Yeah,
March.
I think we call it March 23rd when we was in South Carolina. We designated it as National Just Wave and Say Hi to everybody. So we would be in a car, we'd be walking to we went, hi, just to see what kind of reaction, or we'd put our hand out the window and wave to cars going by and everything. And the response was amazing. People were like, they were real open to it.
Except for that one person.
yeah. Well, we have you a few every now and then.
Well, I don't even think it was during that time. I think it was during another time. I yelled out the window, "Why you gotta be so rude?"
Oh yeah.
Because it was part of a song, and we were both hyped up, and we were both singing it. And then the song ended, and I looked at this guy that had his girlfriend right beside him. I said, "Why you gotta be so rude?" And then she slapped him, and I was like, I think I just broke up a couple.
Yeah, he probably thought that she was her.
I was like,
yeah,
ooh, I shouldn't have done that.
Wow. Let's see.
2002, please don't tell me this when you were born. I was.
Yes.
I'm 23.
Abby was born in 2000. Gabriella was born in 2002.
23.
How old did you think she was? Curious.
Well, she would have to know that I'm of drinking age.
Not unless I let you do it illegally. But I think they know that I wouldn't do that. Not unless it was like a holiday or something. It was just like family thing and just something like that. But not saying.
I know the song you're talking about too. Yeah, it was that song, and that day we were acting super crazy.
What is this all about? Can you explain yourself, Linda?
I think that was when you were describing how you got your
The email?
Yeah, your email.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know why he started calling me Devo. Well, he was perverted. Like, my ex was into porno real heavy, and I wanted nothing to do with that. And he liked heavy metal, which I like heavy metal, mind you. I don't mind heavy metal, but he, for some reason, he liked the song by Devo, "Whip It Good," and I think he was in one of his perverted weird moods, and "Whip It Good," and he kind of tried to make it into something else, and he just Devo, and then I picked up because I had to hurry up and come up with a name for a thing for my a username for my email address, and that's the only thing I could think of at the time, and I just never ever changed it. So, but yeah, "Whip It Good." So tonight we're going to talk about a couple things. I don't know how much Halloween movies or movies, like I've been on like a big. We just started watching the Cobra Kai series, which is really really good, which has nothing to do with Halloween. But my oldest daughter did this weird thing on TikTok, and she had this mask on, and she was talking like Ed Gein now, or Ed Gein, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And they're like, okay, I've heard of him, but I know nothing about this guy. So I started watching the documentary, well, the series on him, and whew, I'm telling you. But before that, Eric and I sat and we watched two movies. The two movies, the first one was Adopted, and then there was, of course, Adopted 2. And there was this adopted kid that wasn't who you thought he was, and he basically murdered his families. Well, yeah, the spoiler. Anyhow, then there was a movie that came out and we watched right after, and it was about this boy, Mikey. The movie was called Mikey. So they're like, it sounded similar to Adopted and Adopted 2. What the shit? Let's just watch it to see. And Mikey was almost exactly storyline, plot, everything to the T of Adopted and Adopted 2. And I don't understand why people do that. I think Mikey came out first because Adopted and Adopted 2 was showed specifically for it was a Tubi show. And so a Tubi original, they call it. So why would you do that? Like, can't anybody come up with new ideas lately? Like, I just, it bothers me that everybody has to steal everybody else's stuff. So, like, but so we kind of can talk about movies. Eric thought he debunked something today, but it had already been debunked prior, which is pretty cool that he caught on to what everybody else did. But there was this picture that they had taken years ago of a skinwalker. And it went on, I think he said Albuquerque News. It was all over the Albuquerque News years ago. And to find out that they debunked that picture because that picture was actually the photo that they put on the news was actually a picture from a movie that was out.
Oh my lord.
So it's like,
guys, we got some news. Here's this creature from Stranger Things.
it's that one where it's on all fours and it's all like bare skin and it's like hunched over. That one that was alongside the road that they said they caught, and it was on. It made it to Albuquerque News, but Eric says, "Mom, I think I debunked something." And he says, "But before I say I debunked it, let me check and see." And sure enough, other people. Diane, with your dreams, you could write a great movie from the dreams. I'm telling you what, I had a plot, a storyline that come up the other day, and I think it would really, really be good. We decided to watch the newest Chucky that was out, because I watched all the old Chuckies, but I didn't watch the newest one, which, Eric, what year did that movie come out, the newest Chucky?
Let me look real quick.
I don't think it's really all that old. It's newer, but we decided to watch 2019. So we decided to watch it. And I had this idea in my head, and I said, well, what if, and I can't tell you what the plot is, because maybe I'll write a story about it or something.
I'm going to tell you about one of my dreams that I had.
Yeah, That's what this is all about tonight.
It was really weird, but I think I know where it came from because
Yoo-hoo.
I got a clink.
Clink. Yoo-hoo. We'll advertise you.
Anyways, so I had this really weird dream the other night. I think it's because me and Dylan were watching a video on cryptids, like all kinds of cryptids around the world. One of them was this frog man. It literally just looked like a giant frog.
Somebody else said something about the frogman the other day.
It literally just looks like a giant frog walking on two legs, and it's weird. But anyways, I had a dream that this frog man was chasing me in the woods, and I knew that I was dreaming, so I found this cabin in the woods, and I built it up and lived in it.
Wow.
I got chased by a frog man.
Hey, it could have been the lizard man from South Carolina.
Could have been.
Or Bigfoot up here in PA.
It was weird because if you look at the video of the cryptids that we were watching, you'll see it literally, like somebody said that they saw it. I think 2 police officers said that they saw it. Said it just looked like a giant frog on its back legs.
See, I don't know, like...
Imagine a frog running towards you. I would be
some
scared.
cryptids are legendary. I mean, they're legends and they're myths and everything, and there's not been... But then there's things like Bigfoot where people are actually saying that they're seeing them. There's supposed to be... Somewhere there's supposed to be some good footage of actual Bigfoot, because there's supposed to be, which I'm supposed to have that guy on, that they're getting more brave and more comfortable around humans. And so people are actually able to get legit pictures of them. So
it'd be interesting if somebody found like a Bigfoot and then found out that it looks like a creature, but it can talk. Like, you know how you can teach monkeys to talk?
Well, I kind of think Bigfoot is nothing but it's either a hybrid of a gorilla and a human, or it was some kind of an animal, maybe even some type of ape. That, I mean, with all the waste and stuff and that we got in our land from these plants and everything, and that, who knows? You know, I don't know. It could be anything like that. But and there's something really bothering me too, and I got to bring it up. When these, you know, you guys know that we as paranormal investigators, we try to debunk stuff at the place what we're at. We don't make up shit and tell stories about the place that ain't true. And I'm very, very, Eric probably knows where I'm going to go with this, and I'm not mentioning any names, and I'm not mentioning any, but there's a place, and there's a people that went to this place, and they're telling everybody that there's demons in certain places, and there's succubuses in certain places, and Satan demons in other places. Except there's not. There's not. And we know because we've been there like a zillion times. And why are these people going out? And why isn't the owner of these places saying, hey, you know we got spirits here, but no, we know there's already been proven that there's no reason for there to be succubuses and demons and
especially in that place.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes it makes
there's no succubus in there. We were told that there, and I do believe that there was a creeper which had something to do with the land, which makes sense in the one area. There's definitely no Satan demon in the other area. And in the one place in particular that we were very comfortable in, there's nothing evil in that place. But these people are going out on their channels and saying, oh yeah, you know, this is the story. No, there is no story there. There's no story. There was never any story of these things going on in that building. And it's really freaking irking me.
It is annoying.
And they have to rely on that they do that and nobody's saying anything about it.
Especially when you've been in a building so many times.
Angelina
You know.
wants me to call it out, and do a show, but I'm not that, because it's going to come out on their own. They're gonna screw up.
There's
And
gonna be people
Yeah.
on the video that's gonna be like, I've been here. There's nothing.
there's nothing evil there. There's not.
Yeah, there's nothing evil. There's nothing. There might be a vengeful one.
Well, I mean, again, it can go back to there's people that were bad when they were alive, and when they died, they're carrying on that.
That's why I think there might be one vengeful one.
Yeah, in that one.
that
I
one
mean,
area.
and I guess you could call it evil in that terminology, but that's not.
But it's not like it comes after people. It's
No.
not like it tries to possess you or anything. It's not. There's no demons.
And then I love this too, and like I said, I'm not calling out names now because I'm not that way, but I love how
Angelina's here.
Angelina in the house. Yay. I'm glad. You must be better, Angelina. I was just telling them to send out good vibes to you because you weren't feeling good, and I was going to contact you today, but I didn't want to. I wanted you to have some rest. These people that I'm talking about too was funny because the one said that they were touched in the succubus area, and then right after the person said they were touched, then the other person goes, they're on their equipment, it come out, I'm going to touch your leg, and then all of a sudden the person goes, oh, I'm feeling some warm on my leg, and they're like, come on, like, even if you're a good actor, that was bad. That was really, really sucky bad. It was horrible. And yeah, my video quality is real sucky because we have it dark in here. We came on Angelina. I do have a webcam, and I'm going to try to get clearer picture in that, but we got a lot of stuff that we can do. I'm happy that you're on. Oh my goodness. Let me see what B Squared said. Let's go up here. B Squared said, I believe in evil, but not sure about the demonic. I got into a discussion with my mom. She will say people are demonic, and I say they're just evil. Well, and I do believe, honestly, that people can get possessed, but not like the possessed that you see on TV, of course. I mean, I think, of course, that's all Hollywood and over-exaggerated, but I do believe that, and I don't mean demonic possession where you turn like in your head spinning around and you're spitting out green pea soup and all that bullshit. I mean, like something jumped you. Matter of fact, like something that happened to Angeline, that kind of possessed, but not where you're going to turn into this.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a few times where I felt like either something was trying to take over me or drained all the energy from me, but I didn't feel like a different person. Like, I didn't feel like I was gonna get possessed.
Yeah, so I mean, and demons, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Bible reader, but in the Bible there are angels and demons. So apparently, in the religious realm, both are accepted, but more people are saying I think more people are more willing to say they have seen an angel than people are willing to say that they've seen a demon. Unless you are in the paranormal world. And most of the time when they said they seen a demon, it's for views. Or, like it's not really like there's nothing legit there to say that they saw this demon.
Yeah.
So it gets a little like creepy.
I'm just passing through. Wish I could stay, but I am exhausted. Have a great show, ladies. I'll rewatch tomorrow.
Did you get out of the hospital yesterday, Angelina, or did you get out today? Because I wanted to contact you, just text you, but I wanted you to make sure that you had a day or at least a day or so of rest to get recuperated. Hey, you just take care of yourself. I love the fact that you took the time out to show up. We all on here, we love you very much, and we all get concerned about you. So you don't need to, you know, say any comments. You know, you showed up, and we appreciate that. You're always just wonderful, and we'll talk soon. But you get yourself better first. Let me see. Yeah, you get some rest, Angelina. Let's see. B squared. If there are demons, they are much more rare than YouTube channels. I mean, and that's just it. They're just like, it's so easy now for them to bring up demons and everything and that. And I mean, and some of them, I'm not saying all of them's the same. Some of them, I'm saying that maybe there's something negative there. I wouldn't necessarily say a demon or evil, but I guess you could construe it that way. But it's just too easy for people to hurry up now and say demons and stuff like that to get their audience.
Like we've talked about before, when people say that like something is evil, it doesn't always necessarily mean a demon. It could mean just like that person was a bad person in their life, and then when they pass, they're still a bad person because
you want to say
evil, just how they
work. Mess with my family or my friends, and you're going to see evil. Because I have very, very, very low tolerance for people doing shit on my family or my friends. And if you're a good, loyal friend to me, I will get evil on your ass if somebody's
same.
Yeah. I can't say my ex is evil. I mean, he wasn't. He was mentally and verbally abusive, and he was so obsessed with porno that like overcome his whole, like, let me give an example, and it's going to be kind of personal, and it's just when I had my two oldest kids, my oldest daughter and my oldest son, I had thought about nursing my kids. I always thought, you know, hey, what's better than a mother nursing her newborn baby? And I didn't nurse the two oldest because he always made comments like, yeah, she could feed them, and she can feed me, and she can feed the guys on the block. Like, and he would say stupid things like, he'd introduce me to one of his buddies, and he would say, like, take a number. Like, he would make it out like I was, even though I stayed in the house constantly, he didn't allow me to go anywhere. If I went even to the grocery store, he was already, if I wasn't back in 15 minutes or half an hour, he was already calling up. Yeah, he would even call the grocery store up and say, is there so-and-so there? And I would have to be home. I'd go visit my mom or his mom, and if I wasn't back in the time I said, and I would tell him, hey, I might not be back at this time. If another family member shows up, he would be already on the phone calling up saying, hey, is she there? Let me talk to her. And then he'd say, well, I thought you were going to be home. And he was that kind of person, but he was very mentally and verbally abusive. I guess, and I mean, he had demons. I'll tell you that those were his demons, but he just.
I'm pretty sure mine was just demonic.
He was an asshole. He was a real big asshole. He was a little whatever.
Prick. That's what he was. He was a little prick. Yeah, one too.
Okay, let's see. People don't change just because they're dead. No, and that's the thing, Kiwi. You know, I think, you know, if you're an awful person when you're alive, you're not going to change when you're dead. You're going to carry that on. And I think a lot of people too, like, and I don't want to knock any religion or that, but when you get saved or when you get dedicated, before you pass by a pastor or a priest and they say, oh, now since you got saved or you got dedicated, you're going to be welcome into heaven because all of your sins are forgiven. It bothers me because then, too, they say if you unalive yourself, then you won't go into heaven because you did that. Where does that make any sense? Because I haven't had a neighbor would give the shirt off of her back, would do anything in the world for you, was the sweetest, most caring person on the face of the earth, but she did what you shouldn't do. And you mean to tell me she's not going into heaven? But yet, Jeffrey Dahmer became a born-again Christian before he died, but he's going to go into heaven after all the heinous things he did. I'm finding that hard to accept.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think over time, Christianity and religious beliefs became something that someone said something and it just stuck the whole time. Like, I don't think that they're going by the rules of the Bible or.
Well, things get cherry picked. The same as even if you dabble into politics. There's certain things in politics that will come out and yeah, that person said that, but give the rest of the story. And I could give a perfectly couple good examples, but I'm not because I promised I would not go in either one of those directions on here.
It's funny because every time I think of the Bible, I think of what if it was created to see how people would react, not as like a thing to create a religion and to worship. And what if it was just something that was made to see how people react?
Well, I kind of think like when the original one was brought out, it was supposed to have been the words spoken from God into words. Well, how do we know that person didn't put them in words the way God had said that? Same as Nostradamus's quatrains. There have been people over the course of the years deciphering them, but nobody really knows if they deciphered them right because the only one that knows what they truly meant by those quatrains is Nostradamus himself. That was like even J.K. Rowling in her book. She had in the book that Dumbledore was gay. And yet there was people that come out and said, no, he's not. Well, J.K. Rowling wrote the book. She should know.
If you read the book, you can kind of tell his infatuation with Harry Potter. Like, not in a creepy, like, old man, like, oh,
I think,
kid.
He was close with him, but it was more of a mentor.
He wanted a relationship with him, not like a sexual relationship, but like Mom said, a mentor. Like you could tell in the books.
But yeah, like it's just there's just so many things that's so stretched and blown out of proportion, and like with Halloween here now, like I don't know if that's the game that they're playing on a lot of these channels, and because I'm seeing more and more of these investigations coming out, and every one of them, they're encountering demons. Come on, like, how could every one of these groups come out and they're all encountering demons? The one place that we were supposed to go to here recently, and we didn't get to go because it's my birthday and that, like, I'm hearing things about that place, and I can't say because I haven't been there, but I'm not going to go out and say this or that about that place or give any kind of reviews or any kind of disses to it because I haven't been there. I will not give a review or promote any place or say anything to any place that I haven't even been to. Like, because you can't promote or say something about a place that you have not even been to. You can say what history you do know, and and make sure that it matches up with the actual history, that it's legit. But I'm not going to go out and say something about a place that I've never been to. So Well, and that's the thing, Linda, is they do make good news stories, but like it all gets to what the debunkers are doing. The debunkers, they like going out and debunking all these and people calling out, which I kind of am here a little bit, but I'm not calling anybody specific. But I don't like that because it's going to all come out in the end anyhow. Like all these people that's coming out for their good news stories, they are, but why do it? It's like a parent, and this is far fetched, but I think you might get my similarities. It's like a parent that has to put on their back of their car, my student's an honor roll student, or they go to the grocery store and meet one of their friends. Oh yeah, my kid's on the top of the class, straight A's, and brag. And then you meet the kid, and the kid can't even speak properly, and the kid, and then one of your friends, other friends that happens to be the teacher, start saying, yeah, that kid isn't what they're making him out to be. It's not true, but hey, I mean, you can be proud of your kid without making up shit. Like, my kid's dumb. I'll tell people my kid's dumb, but I love that kid. Like grades don't mean anything. It's what you got in here. Like, it's good to be smart, and I encourage education, but you know, you can be proud of your kid even if they're not first place on the football team, or they're not a straight A student, or they're not the best singer in the choir. You can be proud of your kid no matter what. You don't need to tell people something that they're not. It's almost like you're telling people that you're ashamed of them, so you have to make up this shit so people. Like, I never did understand why a parent will do that. It bothers me because, everybody's kids are different, and you're supposed to love that child for who they are and not for their grades, or if they're first place goal kicker, or, whatever, I just don't understand this world sometimes, like maybe I'm an exception to the rule and there's something wrong with me, but I never did understand that.
Never understood either.
So, I mean, and like I said, I know I'm just one when I think it was when Eric was in school, and the one mother, oh, my kid can do this, my kid can do that. And I went up to the kid when I went and met the kid one day, and I said, oh, so mommy said you're smart. Yeah. And well, mommy said, you know how to do this. And I think they said he knew how to count to 100 before he was even in kindergarten, something. I said, can you count for me? And he like 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 23, 81, up to 100. And they're like, okay. And the mother's, oh, he's just joking around. I'm there like, no, that's not joking around.
He missed a few numbers.
Yeah, like, yeah. He can count up to 100 all right by skipping over half the succession of numbers there.
Too many numbers.
But yeah, so I'm trying to think if there was any other movies that we watched recently. Oh, then after we watched those two movies, I decided to watch with Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood, The Good Son. And it was good seeing that all over again, and it kind of tied into with the other ones, but I forgot like a lot about.
I have to watch
it. It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
I have to watch on my own time though, because Dylan's a little crybaby.
Dylan's afraid of scary movies.
He will not watch a scary movie with me. And I think the only way that I would be able to get him to do it is if I told him that if he watched scary movies with me, I'd give him tickles all night long until we fall asleep. I think that's the only way that I'd be able to get it. Except for the one movie, he was watching this one movie for a little bit, but then he stopped watching it, and I don't know why. It was starting to get kind of interesting. It was a vampire movie, which was weird because it took place back in the day, and these vampires, they came out when people sold their souls to the Crossroad beating. And
we don't remember what the name of the movie
I
was.
don't remember what the name of the movie was. But they would get the glory, they would get all these good stuff happening to them, but then they'd only have a certain amount of time to live. And
Is it a newer movie or an older movie?
I might be mixing it up, to be honest. I remember that it's about vampires, and I'm pretty sure that it's the same movie where he went to a crossroad and he really wanted to be a musician. I think it's called The Sinners.
Well, what me and Eric was talking about that too is like, I don't mind vampire movies. I don't mind zombie movies. But that's another problem, that we have sequels, get 1 or 2 sequels, but then end it there. Don't keep on making just because it's popular, because you kind of lose the essence of the original when you keep on making them over and over and over and over. But we get in these genres that, like back when Twilight came out, all you seen was, okay, I was going to actually watch that movie. Back when Twilight came out, that's all you seen was vampire movies then. And then when like what was the big one at the time that came out, and there was all zombie movies came out, and then they had started the series The Walking Dead and all that, like all those came out. Werewolf movies, there was a period we watched Howling 1 and Howling 2 the other day, and that was in the genre when all of a sudden werewolf movies was out all over.
The Sinners takes place in 1932.
And see, it is a 2025 movie.
Mm-hmm. It's a brand new series. No, it is a movie. But I'm pretty sure that this one guy, I might be thinking of a completely different movie, to be honest. Let me see though.
Cactus wants to know if anybody saw the new Conjuring movie. I did.
We saw it, but I saw it in shitty quality.
Yeah. We watched in good quality right after that, but it cut off like the last 5 minutes. So, but I liked it a lot, but there's a lot of controversy over it because people can't distinguish the movie from reality, and because there was things with Ed and Lorraine in there and Judy and people in the time frame and everything, they can't say, okay, this didn't happen, or they're saying this didn't happen, or they get upset that something happened in the movie when it was in the movie. It wasn't in real life. They can't, it's like the people that watch soap operas. They get so involved in the soap operas that they think that the people on the soap opera are actually real. And when you see the Conjuring movie, some of the people that watched it can't separate Ed and Lorraine from the movie to Ed and Lorraine from real life. But the movie itself, I liked it. I thought it was pretty damn good. Of course, I mean, there's going to be controversy because all the Conjuring movies and the Nun movies and the Annabelle movies have all that controversy around it, and that's never going to go away. But you just kind of have to tell yourself, okay, people, this is a movie. It's based off of true events, but it's a movie.
Yeah, okay, so I was right. Instead, the movie uses folklore of making deals with the devil at a crossroad. A legend associates the real-life blues musician Robert Johnson as a thematic backdrop. So I was right. I thought I was getting something mixed up, but I guess I was right.
I wonder if anybody, like, it would be interesting to see, and I'll have to do some research. Since we are in the social media world these days, it would be interesting to see somebody videotape somebody doing going to the crossroad and trying to conjure up a demon.
Well, I know that there's in the movie, at least. I don't know if this is how it's done in real life, or if you even can do it in real life, because I don't pay attention to that stuff. But there's like this hex bag that has a bunch of stuff in it, and you bury it, and then you wait for a few minutes, and I guess a vampire or demon, crossroad demon, comes, grants your wish, and then you have only a certain amount of time.
Yeah, you have to make that deal of the time. It would be like on Supernatural. Cactus, I'm like you. I liked it. I did like it. It was very entertaining, but of course, like I said, there's parts in it that that Hollywood, it was just made for movies, and that really, I mean, like for example, they couldn't have used a regular mirror, but the mirror that was in the movie itself was very, very ornate, and the actual mirror itself that they have in the museum now wasn't. It really wasn't that fancy.
The one in the movie is creepy.
Yeah.
I would not be okay if you bought that thing.
Unfortunately, there are people who are now using the Warren's Film History to sell visits. Yeah, like I heard recently now that that Matt Rife and Alton actually may have got ownership of some of the artifacts in the museum. Now, that's just rumor. I don't know. I don't want to repeat it and say I know that. That's why I'm saying it's rumor, so I'm not repeating anything that's not factual, but I kind of heard that. And I think that's what the big thing with the Conjuring House is now, since it is up for sale. And whoever does get it, if they are going to allow, depending on what hands it gets into, if they're going to turn it into a circus. Because I know one place around here that's where it's going right now. And something needs to be done, because it's starting to turn into a circus. They're starting to do things in very poor taste, which I can't get in detail, but there's some.
Yeah, the owner needs to.
Yeah, there's some things that has come out that's in very, very, very poor taste, and it's just, I don't know why people have to feel that they have to go that route. Like, if I bought a house and I knew it was haunted, I would let people investigating in it, but I would find the background on it, but I wouldn't, allow it to turn into a circus, put a gift shop in there and do this and do that, and have people, the first person that come out and say, yeah, there's demons in there, I'd say, no, we're not promoting that kind of shit, because there's nothing like that in this house. This is the story of the house. This is the story of the land. Yes, there is activity in there, but we're not going to turn this into a circus, because it's just, I don't know. But it's all about the money. It's about the money and the fame. Like, I don't know.
It's really sad how that place is going down.
What I'm going to try to do, guys, too, this Sunday is trick-or-treating here in our town. There's this guy that lives just right a couple houses up from us, and he always dresses like Michael Myers. And I'm going to pull out my TikTok and I'm going to film him so y'all can see what he does. Like, and people get a kick out. And I know he won't mind me filming him, because he was already, I think he made it to the news last year, because he'll walk up and down the sidewalk and he does his little Michael Myers thing.
I still have yet to see him. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. It's the house down there. In fact, they decorate their house really, really big time down there.
Is it the one that's close to Dollar General, or like right across the street from the pit gas?
No. It's right up here, right this block. It's not this. We have that empty house, and then there's the house next to it, and I think it's the house next to that. It's only about 3 houses up from us.
Oh,
yeah, he walks up this sidewalk.
I've never seen him.
Yeah.
Never seen him.
It's pretty cool.
I gotta
In fact, Eric saw him. I don't know if we saw him first time, not last year, but the first year we moved here. But Eric got to see him last year, and he's pretty cool. Like, Eric said he'll even stand on the sidewalk. You know how like Michael Myers just stands there like this and just like kind of stares? He does that too. He'll just kind of stand there and like just go like almost like he's in a trance.
Maybe he is.
We got the boogeyman living on our street here, guys. So, but yeah, we'll get in. Well, and Linda, I'll go to right down. Linda goes. Eric said he liked the new Conjuring movie. He personally feel the first two movies are the best, but the newest one is. Yeah, I agree. The Warrens were an important part of the paranormal. Even though along the line somewhere they fabricated stuff and they went and let Hollywood get the best of them and went, for the money and that. They were an icon and always will be an icon in the paranormal field. So it was like those, what's the sisters? The Fox sisters. When they started out for the right reasons. But then when fame got to them, just like you said a couple minutes ago, fame gets to you and they had to take it one step higher. You have to give the Fox ladies and the Warrens credit because they're the ones that put the stepping stones and the whole foundation for the whole field. But we need to get back to the legitimacy of it and quit doing all the fabricating stuff and that because it's getting and people calling out everybody else. Like I know I called those people out tonight, but I didn't say names. I didn't say who they were. I didn't say what their channel was. I didn't say where they were at. And I won't. But, because they're going to flub up. Everybody's, I'm sure there's probably some of the audience anyhow saying, hey, they're not right. But people need to start getting more legitimate. Get back to how it all started, because it's just kind of getting carried.
It is,
and I think the whole thing with the Conjuring house, when Jacqueline had it and Cody and Satori was there and all that stuff, when it started happening in there, and it kind of turned into a circus, and that kind of set the whole paranormal field all wacko in all different kinds of directions.
It is pretty interesting that after they quit the Conjuring house, you don't hear anything about them.
Everybody finally left them alone, which is what they needed, because I still personally feel that, you can watch videos and you can see that they weren't legit. But again, I'm not there with them. So to me, I can say I don't believe that they're legit, but unless I'm actually there with them, seeing what they're doing and watching close, I'm not going to cut them down because I wouldn't want them to do that to me. So, we'll just see what happens. But it has calmed down. But again,
sit on my leg.
So, but let me see. Yep, money's ruined everything so much. It's money. I used to have a nightmare of M&M all the time. I'm scared of that. He's really Michael Myers is I'll tell you though, we were talking about that too, me and Eric. Like, I don't mind watching gore in movies. I don't like when you're seeing Michael Myers and you're seeing Jason Voorhees and Friday the 13th. I don't mind that, because those movies, when they were written, had that really good old-fashioned scare to them. Halloween movies, Michael Myers, the whole storyline, the whole theme, the whole way he came, and no matter what they did, they couldn't get rid of him. He was invincible, and he just kept on coming back. That whole, even though they did throw the gore and that in there, it had that factor. Where the movies now, Terrifier, it totally, Terrifier movies suck. There's no good storyline to it. There's no scare factor. I'm sorry, they suck. The gore is so freaking fake in it. I like the old-fashioned. Nightmare on Elm Street, the Freddy Krueger movies. You
Those are
know,
my favorite.
you need to stay awake because if you fall asleep, he's going to come to you in your dreams. And not only will he come to you in your dreams, is you can pull him out of your dream and
And he'll come
shit
after you.
happens. Yeah. So, those are good old fashioned movies that, yeah, they may have the gore to them, but they have that really, really, really good scare factor to them. Like I grew up, I watched the old Dracula and Frankenstein and Wolfman, the real old ones when I grew up. They didn't bother me, but they had that scare factor at that time. They were good, scary movies for that time period, and that's what I like. I tend to dissect horror movies, pull them to bits. So hobby now if it's, I do that too. I'll tell you what, if we did a series on here of just watching movies and critiquing movies, people wouldn't like us because, like I said, we do not like the Terrifier movies. They're just lame. That movie, I'm a big Stephen King fan, but the movie, The Monkey or Monkey, whatever the hell you want to call it, that movie sucked to pieces. Even I didn't like his movie Dreamcatcher. Even I love his movies, but even we're very 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 hard critics. So like
I haven't watched Terrifier movies. I don't want to either. So.
I watched 1 and watched 2. I have yet to watch 3. I'm almost afraid to watch 3 because I couldn't. 1 and 2 sucked beyond. The only thing of part 2 I liked was the ghost girl that was in it. That's the only thing that I liked, and I mean the gore. They couldn't. Who did the gore on there? Because they need to go back to school and learn how to do that right. Because even the brain matter and stuff, and then that one scene, it looked like welted pink candle wax. It didn't even look scary.
It was chewed up bubble gum.
Well, it was something, but it wasn't gory. I mean, we laughed when we saw it. Yeah, Eric loved the monkey. By the way, he said
It's his favorite movie.
Yeah, he said if he had to rank them up, he'd put the monkey up on his top. Isn't that right, Eric? Funny thing is, Eric wasn't going to watch The Monkey because me and Tom and the girls went to the theater and we saw it.
Yeah, forget about the girls.
And we come back and we were saying about how bad it sucked, and
then I showed it to Dylan and he watched like 15 seconds of it and he was like, it was like,
well, so then one night I seen that it was on, I think it was Netflix. Matter of fact, I know it was Netflix. And I told Eric, I said, Eric, I know you said you don't want to see this, but this is one of those movies you want to see it just to say you saw it. But I want to see. Maybe my opinion's wrong on it. Maybe we didn't see something in the movie that we were supposed to see about it. And
the whole thing about The Monkey is parts don't make sense. There's a lot of missing bits to it. Like, I don't know. It's like they threw together a movie and just threw certain parts into it. And
it was not very well written. It sucked. It was just all over the place.
Like it was just a trip, like an acid trip or something. You took drugs.
I like cactuses. I saw Pet Sematary not too long ago for the first time. I was surprised how good it was. Did you see the older one, Cactus, or did you see the newer version? Because I'll tell you what, I'm a fan of the Pet Sematary movies. I like them. Again, that has that, you might have a little bit of the gore in there and that, but the storyline, the scare factor, the whole way it's written, very well written. I really like the Pet Sematary movies. Like you, that's like if you watch The Howling If you watch The Howling, the very first one was very, very well written and very good for that time period. But if you watch part two, they got real dippy. They got just totally dippy in it. Let me see. Greek tragedy, yeah.
Kind of cold in here.
Um,
Are you
the
cold?
story, no, I'm not. The storyline was A plus. It was A plus. I love well, you know, I saw the older version and I saw the newer version, and I'll tell you what, I like them both just the same. I'll tell you another one that I was pretty what was the name of it too? Shit. That just out of my mind. The one with the house and had Judd Nelson in it, or not Judd Nelson, Polton, Poltergeist. That's yeah, Poltergeist. I like the Poltergeist movies. I like the whole storyline written on those. Part one and part yeah, Craig T. Nelson. I don't know why I said Judd Nelson. He's the one that was in Breakfast Club. Or not Breakfast Club. Shit. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I still knew who you're talking about, so I get an
Yeah,
A plus.
But Poltergeist, I like the whole creepiness and scariness of that and the direction it went. Part two was pretty darn good, but then again, it was like even the original Exorcist. They did Exorcist, they did two, they did three. The first one should have stayed. Second one shouldn't have happened. Third one definitely shouldn't have happened. That's why they need to stop. If you do a sequel, try a sequel. If it goes over real well, count your blessings. That hey, yay, we got another hit. Leave it there. Don't go beyond one sequel because it just kind of they don't know how to carry it on. Now I do like the Saw movies. I like how they were able to carry it on successfully. But again, I think they should have only went to the second one and stopped. I don't think
Isn't
they.
there like 7 of
There's
them?
another one coming out.
I thought that was part of the
There was they went and then they did Jigsaw,
Jigsaw.
and then I think it's going to be another Jigsaw, right, Eric?
It's supposed to be. It was supposed to be dead in the water, but they resurrected.
So yeah. So
They
but, I mean,
need
but
to
it's
stop.
still
They need to stop with those, and they need to stop with the freaking Final Destination.
Final
The
Destination
third
yet.
one sucked.
The third one did. I like the first two, and they should have stopped there again. That's the same as Friday the 13th. I like the Friday the 13th movies, but after the second one, they should have stopped. I mean, even though some of them weren't bad after that, they should have still stopped.
Still have to watch the new. I just said it. Final Destination, because I saw parts of it. I saw the death scenes.
Great, but it wasn't horrible. It was better than what we kind of put a mindset, hope for the best, or don't expect much and hope for the best. Well, we watched it and it really wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I mean, it was decent, but it wasn't great.
I heard that the kill scenes.
There's a couple good.
Scenes
there's a couple in there that's good.
Good.
Yeah, there's a couple.
And the rest of the movie stuff.
But there's something about the death scenes in the newest one that when you see it is kind of off about it, which I don't want to get spoiler, but yeah. So
I can't with the Saw movies. Polite pass.
Yeah, just yeah.
I was very disappointed with the new Final Destination.
It was, and it's for the reason what I can't disclose, right? The scenes itself.
Whatever. But we'll just leave it at
yeah. That. It just didn't. Part one and part two tied in with each other in a very, very, very good way. But then they started going in a weird direction. I'll tell you another good movie that was creepy, it was scary, it was gory, and it was very well written. I thought was 13 Ghosts. Do you remember 13 Ghosts? The guy inherited the glass house, the house that was all glass.
Yeah. Mhm.
That was a very good movie if you don't mind a lot of gore. And if you like the scare factor, the whole storyline about that house I thought was very well written.
I agree.
So, but we're on here. It's already we're at our hour mark, and I think we still kept in with kind of like the haunted month theme. And tomorrow night we'll be on with Carly from Face My Fears. I don't know if Gabriella will be here with us tomorrow night, but Abby's supposed to be since Carly's going to be here.
Yeah. I don't know.
But you know, you're welcome. I mean, so yeah, Carly from Face My Fears will be on tomorrow night. I will do an advertisement tomorrow morning for it. Where Angelina does want to be on someday, but she was like, I didn't want to say it. She did. She was in the hospital, and thank God she's home, and sounds like she must be doing good. And she just needs to get all of her rest. I got to contact that guy. We're supposed to be talking about Bigfoot. I'm not sure when that's going to be on. And then, of course, the last week of the month, we might actually even do Tuesday. Let me see what dates they go into because I don't want to sway people.
Time really did fly.
It did. I mean, it's over an hour, but we always have a good time. So we will probably have our Tuesday, the 28th show. And then we will have Thursday, our regular show, and then we will have the Halloween special on the 31st. So that's the one, guys. Either Friday, the 30th, or Saturday, or Thursday? Let me see.
That's making fun of me again.
Well, she should. Either the Thursday or the Friday show, guys. Have your stories or be ready to tell your creepy personal experiences or whatever you want to. I made cottage cheese noodles for supper, and they had to make sure that they got that. It was after they had already
I still have to eat the rest of mine.
fed their face right before I made the cottage cheese
We
noodles.
had a freaking hash brown.
You still ate, didn't you? Look at this. This is, ugh. I look creepy tonight. I probably should put on a mask again. Like, good thing is the camera's all again. It's because of the. I mean, I think when we have the light on, it's a lot clearer. Yeah, we do want to get to do the spirit boards. I'm thinking maybe doing either Tuesday, the spirit board, see if I can get Angelina on that one, hopefully, or just doing a special one maybe this weekend. Maybe Gabriella can hop on with me and we can do a lot of, it's not only going to be spirit boards, but it'll be spirit boards and pendulums probably. So we can, if you guys want a special one, maybe on Saturday or Sunday this weekend, or if you just want to wait till Tuesday and have Tuesday's topic, spirit boards, and maybe Angelina will be able to be on that one with us, we can do that. But you can leave in the comments or Devo, D like in Delta, E as in Echo, V as in Victor, O as in Oscar, 85 at Hotmail. If you want to send anything there, go ahead, send it there. But yeah, we can either do a special show because this is the month of haunt, so we can do a special show. It doesn't matter. Ooh. And don't be surprised. I do have some Halloween makeup, so we might come on here. We come on tonight with the mask. We want to be a little silly. We might come on the next time with makeup on.
With the mask.
Yeah, we could end it. We can end it with the mask. We'll put the mask back on and we'll get ready to end it. So, oh my goodness, I look a hell of a lot better, don't I? Woo-hoo. Oh yeah, send me an email. Cactus, I would love for you to stay in touch constantly with me like Miss Linda does. Me and Linda become besties. Like we talk all the time.
You better start talking to me too.
Yeah, Linda, I still owe you a long talk about a lot of things, but I try to. I'm not coming up with excuses or anything, but you're dealing with so much that I kind of. I've been trying to give you time to take care of yourself because I know me and you talk real well together and everything, but sometimes I feel like I'm keeping you from just being able to get that solitaire time that you need to get everything that, like, I don't know. I'm a little bit weird, but you know what? I love you to death and I love talking to you. So I know you give me space. I feel like I'm not giving you enough space, but you know that I'm always going to talk and I try to answer and keep up with you when I can. Let's see. Um, the mask was a vast improvement. See,
Creepy in
See?
this thing.
see, I say I knew it. The mask was a vast improvement. The only thing is now I can't drink my yoo-hoo.
much.
Ooh, those eyes. Ooh.
Wow.
Dylan got me this one. He said it was specifically I was supposed to have it back here, but I thought the whole thing with us having them on kind of worked out a lot better too. So I am a chatterbox too. So we know that. So but yeah, you contact me anytime, Cactus, any means like that. I mean, of course, even on Facebook, if you're on there at all, just PM me and me and Linda talks all the time like that. So but we are gonna we're gonna call it a night here. And we will be on tomorrow night. Now, don't forget, I will make an advertisement tomorrow, but tomorrow night, Carly from Face My Fears and Abby will be here with me tomorrow. I'm not sure if Gabriella will, that's up to her, but yep. So, but with that being said, we're going to say,
This is creepy.
what?
This is creepy.
You're creepy, so it kind of works along.
Rude.
Okay. And stay tuned for Sunday I think it's between 2 and 4 is our trick or treating. And that's when I'm going to try to go on TikTok, Haunted Mama 59, and try to get Michael Myers on. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I can even get him to stand there in his trance for the camera. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I love you guys to death. You guys are same people coming on all the time. I'm hoping the numbers do go up a little bit more views, but I love you guys. And you guys, I can't say it enough. We'll catch you. We'll go like this. Say, adios, amigos. We love you. Hugs and kisses to all.
Good night, guys.
To all and to all a good night. Bye bye. Ooh. Ooh.